Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're going to be starting a new route today.
Cupid Parasite. Sweet and spicy darling.
I'm pretty sure that was Jupiter, and I'm pretty sure he knows that he's coming up next. Because that's who we're going to be doing today. We're finally going to be getting into my favorites. Peter Flage, and last but not least after that is Ellen. I'm so excited. I hope it's good. There's a little bit of a disclaimer on Peter's walkthrough on Atomic Kitten about it being maybe not for everyone. And I think it only really pertains to the endings. So I'll leave that disclaimer as well before I actually get into it. I don't have any of his choices pulled up yet. But so just keep in mind that Peter's route might not be for everyone. Also, before I get into this, I don't think I did any disclaimers about spoilers, but I have played Ryuki, Gil, Shelby, and Rao. And when things become relevant, I do talk about the ones that I've already read, and I compare and contrast sometimes even. So if you have not read any of them, just be aware that there might be some spoilers if it becomes relevant and I get to talking about it. Anyway, I only have exactly an hour to get this recorded, so we're going to go ahead and jump into it. We cleared Jupiter's route from the Cupid Parasite. You may enjoy this route more if you have cleared it. Yes, we have. Because his is the secret route that's unlocked at the very end, and yes, we have. I've cleared that route.
After drama, Peter Flage. また噛んでもいいのか?
He's like, can I bite you again? Oh my goodness. Yes, we're using Lynette. Oh, that's so beautiful. I'm looking forward to this. She's Juno in this one, and I'm so excited. Also, like the very last episode or something like that in his endings, he did like bite her shoulder. They were getting a little bit passionate, and he was like, "Can I?" She's like, "Yes." Anyway, I want to listen to this. He's got some interesting music, doesn't he? Anyway, a light of blessing shone through the skies. In the ceremonial room where only the leader of the gods and I could enter, I knelt. Oh? Oh my goodness.
主神、ジュピターが命じる。
I'm so excited about this. This is beautiful. It's so beautiful. Lord Jupiter spoke with immense dignity. It felt like a royal crowning ceremony. I bowed respectfully before Lord Jupiter, who calmly held his hand above my head.
Cupid、汝をDコンセンテスが一人、ジュノーの座に任命する。
A bridal gown, the divine artifact of Lady Juno, was bestowed upon me. Along with it came a ring and a pure white veil. Beams of light illuminated the room, casting a glow upon the veil. Ah, so this is... When I donned Juno's divine artifact, I felt something entirely different from when I held Cupid's arrow. The power of the divine artifact and the wisdom of the dicositans flowed into me. The artifact became mine. It molded to me, making me Juno. According to the myths, Juno was Lord Jupiter's wife. I was first an angel, and then I became Cupid. Now I had joined the dicositans as one of the supreme gods. But what I truly desired was to be his wife. I looked up, noticing his cheeks flush at the sight of me in the divine artifact. He's captivated. Well, how do I look? I stood and twirled for him to see. He nodded, his face turning redder. The identified look of his was gone.
Oh. すごく綺麗だ。
I know, you can hear it. The ruler voice is gone, and now he's just a man. It's just Jupiter.
綺麗だ。本当にお前がジュノー神に私の妻になってくれたのだな。
At the sight of me in Juno's dress, Lord Jupiter seemed to be in tears. He'd said that he'd been lonely, striving to maintain his dignity and living alone as the supreme god. He was the sensitive parasite, easily scared, but always trying his best to act like a powerful and omnipotent god. But now he was no longer alone. We would protect humanity together as husband and wife. Yes, I am your wife now. I smiled and he looked as though he might cry again. I leapt into his arms and hugged him. I had to try to contain my excitement through that whole thing. Chi. Oh my goodness. Wait, so what that previously on Cupid Parasite?
前回のキューピッドパラサイト
What is this? Give a recap. Anyway, I was trying to contain my enthusiasm during this. Like, I was gonna say, I'm so glad that CG wasn't spoiled in the trailer or in this theme song because that was a pleasant surprise. I wasn't expecting like that right off the bat. I was expecting, you know, a Peter Flage CG, so I'm so excited. That's gonna be my thumbnail. But yeah, as soon as I went to the theme song, I'm like shaking because I'm so excited. It's like it's like playing a game after anticipating it for months, for me anyway. It's just a route, but I've been highly anticipating this, and so now that I'm in it, I just can't contain my excitement. But what? Why is Zeus helping?
Hi! 私はゼウス。全知全能の神で、世界中で崇められてる、すっごい尊い神様です。
Of course he'd say that.
紀元前まで多くの人類が私を信仰してたの。モテモテすぎて困っちゃう。でもね、私の悪い弟のせいで封印されてしまったの。この美しく完璧な私が。
Oh my goodness.
絶対に許さない。ねえ、ジュピター。お前だけ幸せになるなんて絶対に許さないよ。
これから私どうなっちゃうの？次回ちーちゃん雪だるまになる。来週までお楽しみに。
That snowman. What? How come he didn't get a say in any of this? It was like previously, and then Jupiter's like, I don't get to say anything. What's wrong with you?
夢か。
His passionate voice, man. This voice actor is the best. My sudden shouting must have caused Lynette, lying beside me, to stir in her sleep. While I was watching her sleep, I had apparently fallen asleep myself. Gods didn't need to sleep. yet I dozed off. It was probably because I spent some time in the human realm.
夢など、もう長いこと見ていなかったのにな。
Oh, I turned my gain down on my microphone just a bit. It's pretty loud in contrast to the video and everyone else is speaking, so I was trying to keep it in the middle of the yellow instead of like peeking out, which is what it was doing. It was getting close to red. I have it capped out at like, I don't know, -8 or something like that, -9, but still, I'm trying to get it around the same volume level as like the rest of the movie. So you can just keep your videos at one volume, but anyway.
しかし、よりによってまさか、あれの夢を見るとは。
About him returning to a snowman. I was relieved that it was just a dream, but I still felt uneasy. I hated myself for that. I couldn't shake this feeling. The dream might have been a sign that I was still that sensitive parasite. Jupiter? Lynette woke up and looked me straight in the eyes. I felt bad for waking her, but at the same time I found my fears dissipate at the sound of her voice.
すまない。起こしてしまったな。
It's okay, I must have dozed off. Is something wrong?
あ、いや。
She looked at me curiously, not sure how to reply. I averted my gaze. But seeing the face of my beloved wife, I realized that I wanted to depend on her. I embraced her and rested my head on her shoulder.
ゼウスを封印した時の夢を見たんだ。
Oh, the very first time. Zeus, my elder twin brother, was once the leader of the gods. Humans worshipped him, and he was featured in countless myths. He was the true supreme god. The throne I now held was rightfully his. He was more suited for it than I was. However, I sealed him away because he wanted to erase all of the gods and be the only god worshipped by humans. Oh, did you get a recap? About 2,500 years ago. Oh my goodness.
私以外の神は全て滅びればいい。
兄上、ダメだ。人が自らの力で未来へ進む気力を奪ってしまっては。
なぜ？人間なんて神を崇めるためにいるだけだもの。皆私を称賛し家畜のように生きればいい。だから他の神などいらないの。
軍神マーズも海の神ポセイドンもまがいもののジュピターもみんないらない。いらない。いらない
わ。やはり説得は無駄か。皆一斉にかかれ。
We, the remaining gods, united to seal the all-powerful Zeus, allowing peace to return to the world. Or so we thought. He did come back, but you sealed him away again. Despite being sealed, Zeus returned. He devoured the gods, including Juno and Pluto, sealing their powers to complete his final form. The 12 Olympians were no more, and my brother Zeus had regained his power. He was mightier than ever before. I wanted to flee. Being a sensitive parasite, how could I face him? But when he kidnapped Cupid, I no longer could stand still. I had to take action. I couldn't allow humanity to fall victim to Zeus. So I decided to fight him as a member of the Parasite 6.
アガペ。
プラグマ。エロス。ルダス。マニア。ストルゲ。
The 6 forms of love, humans, a god, and a demon, joined forces to seal Zeus once again. This approach was risky. If Zeus did not detest the concept of love, we would have failed. Also, one member of our team was a demon. I know, right? Though a former angel, he was still a demon. If he was struck by Zeus's divine artifact, he could have been seriously injured or even erased. But his paired angel was the god Cupid. She had her arrows, which allowed him to trust fully in our plan. In the end, the seal was a success. The 6 forms of love were enough to turn Zeus back into stone.
さよなら、ゼウス。 人々が愛してやまない全知全能の神よ。静かに眠っていてくれ。
So dramatic, oh my goodness. I remember it though, I was so
く
excited.
そ。許さない。許さないよ、ジュピタ
Is he going to return? Is he going to be the conflict in this?
あの時、私たちは確かにゼウスを封印した。だから、もう大丈夫なのに。
Yet I was still afraid. I would shudder thinking about it and even had nightmares. Sensing my fear, she giggled and whispered in my ear. Don't worry, I'm with you. She patted my back with her warm hand.
チ
He said, Chi. I'm here. But she called me in such a gentle way, I couldn't hold back any longer. Chi! He turned into Chi. Oh my goodness. I instinctively turned into Chi and nuzzled my face against her chest. I mean, if you want to be coddled, like, being in the smallest form possible is probably the best way to, to be coddled. With her arms around my whole body, I felt so relieved that I wanted to cry. He's so happy. The dream must have terrified him. His little body was still trembling, so I held him tightly and stroked his little head. The year had passed since I became Juno. During that time, I had learned so much. Thanks to the wisdom of my divine artifact, I was able to guide humans towards marriage. My role as Lady Juno was entirely different from my role as Cupid. As a member of the Dai Constance that watches over humans, I would have been overwhelmed by the responsibility if it weren't for Jupiter. Zeus. Jupiter was still afraid of him. I knew that a lot of things had to be done to seal him away. I was once Cupid, but then I transformed into Juno and became Jupiter's wife. But before that, I studied abroad in the human realm and met various people. Oh, we're gonna recap on everyone now. Oh my goodness. A few years ago, when I was still Cupid, I descended to the human realm with Chi to begin my studies. I thought Chi was Lord Jupiter's divine beast. I hadn't realized that Chi was actually Lord Jupiter. I just lived life with him in the human realm. Since I was unaware of Chi's true identity, I used him like a personal massage machine and we slept in the same bed. I treated Lord Jupiter like any other divine beast, like a little pet. If I had known, I wouldn't have done that out of respect for Lord Jupiter, the leader of the gods, but I didn't know. Then one day, a man appeared before me.
私はピーター・フラージュだ。ピーターと呼ぶがいい。
A man who called himself Peter Flage joined Cupid Corp as an intern just like me. He was easily frightened and didn't know how to use electronic devices. I discovered that he was Chi when I accidentally shot him with Cupid's arrow. Huh? That day I shot him with the golden arrow that I used to match human couples. Well, I was going to say, I'm really excited about this one specifically because he's in love with her, not because of the arrow, but because he's just in love with her. Like, I felt like shooting him with the arrow was straight up cheating to get him to fall in love with her, because he's like terrified of women. I was looking forward to him being terrified of women, but no. The developers had to cheat on it. Chi had suddenly jumped in front of me and gotten hit. Chi! There he is. He had fallen and Peter Flagg had suddenly appeared in his place.
キューピッド。好きだ。
That misfire caused him to fall in love. Chi, or rather Peter, and I became lovers for 30 days. So much happened after that day. We worked hard together as interns and enjoyed going on dates to the movies together. We even made an appearance on the Parasite 6 program on TV. And then I had my first kiss. I, Cupid, who had never experienced a love, had kissed a man who had fallen in love with me because of my golden arrow. We didn't stop after one kiss. We kissed again and confirmed our feelings for each other. That was when I realized that this was what humans called love or romance. In the human world, there are 6 forms of love. After that, I decided to become the new Lady Juno among the 12 Olympians.
Chi?
She's reminiscing. He's like, what's wrong? I had gotten lost in thought while holding Chi. He made a sound and looked up at me. Holding him under my arms, I playfully lifted his tiny body.
Chi!
His wings fluttered happily. He seemed to enjoy it. He gently moved his front legs and landed, transforming back into his true form. What's wrong? Feeling better?
ああ、その、ありがとう。
That's so cute. He transforms into Chi to get affection, and then he's like, okay, I'm good now. You're welcome. He's so awkward and so funny. There was a pause. Even after reverting to Jupiter, he seemed uneasy. He opened and closed his mouth a few times, like he was about to say something. From the look on his face, he seemed depressed. Aww.
その、すまない。いつもすぐあの姿になってしまって。
It seemed like turning into Chi was bothering him. What? Okay, so it's the choice is you can turn into Chi more, but first we're gonna say you don't have to worry about it. He really doesn't need to worry about that. In fact, I liked him in that form. It would make me sad if I never got to hold Chi again. I shook my head and smiled. You don't have to worry about it. So turning into Chi is the spicy answer,
だ
huh?
が、私が気にする。
I hugged him again, this time protectively. I nestled my face in his chest so I could hear his heartbeat.
本当はもっと力強く素晴らしい主神になりたいのだ。お前を不安にさせないような神に。
His voice trembled. I knew he was embarrassed, so I gave him a hug to comfort him. There's nothing to worry about. After all, I love Chi.
それでももっと強くなりたいのだ。いや、必ず心を強く持てるようになると約束する。
You know, if Jupiter became stronger and more confident in himself, I think I would really like to see that character development. That would be fun.
そしてきっとお前を安心させられるような主神になってみせる。
His words of determination did not match the lack of confidence on his face. I could tell that he still seemed worried about that dream he had. Thank you, but we can grow stronger together.
それでは嫌だ。私はお前を守れる存在でいたい。
It's important as a man to be the one protecting. He grabbed my arm and pulled me close.
だからそれではダメなのだ。
Oh. He lifted my chin and stole a kiss. As we kissed, my heart started beating faster. His dejected look from earlier had melted away. Our kisses seemed to boost his confidence. Despite his insecurities, he was a fierce and mighty god. That part of him would reveal itself whenever we kissed.
愛している。愛している。リネット。
I felt safe in his arms. My heart fluttered with unending love for him. Love felt precious, and he was the one who taught me that. I wanted to protect humanity together with him for eternity. Cherish the joy of being with him as the goddess of marriage. Chi's determination. This is going to be Chi everything. Chi's name and everything. It was our duty to watch over the world below. Big changes were happening in Celestia and heaven.
では今月のシフトはこれで決まりだ。各自よく確認するように。
He's back to his god voice. He's got his commanding presence back.
Hi!
Cupids, plural? What? Is there more than one? Lord Jupiter managed the Cupids as they went about their duties. Except for the diconstants, the gods were now working in shifts. There were now 100 Cupids and over 150 Nikes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so since I play Battlefield Waltz, is this Nikkei or is it Nike? I've been calling it Nike this whole time. 150 Nikkeis. There we go. A growing number of angels had become appointed as gods and given responsibilities. The previous system had been established for millennia went through a major overhaul. It took a lot of work. Teaching multiple angels how to use divine artifacts was challenging, and many gods were resistant to the change. But we succeeded. With the current system, there were many Cupids instead of one.
しかしやはりこのシフトというものをうまく調整するのは難しいな。
After watching the Cupids leave, Jupiter sighed to himself. Oh my goodness, they have a calendar. He was holding a shift list in his hand. We'd made it together, utilizing our experience working at Cupid Corp.
こんなものをいつも CC の上の人は考えていたのか。尊敬に値する。
You've improved as a manager, though.
そうだろうか。だが先日5番のキューピッドはよくサボっているから見直しをと53番のキューピッドに言われた。
Slacking off.
神も増えると手を抜くようになるらしい。まだまだ課題は山積みだ。
This place is becoming more and more like the human realm. My studies in the human realm, the revival and subsequent defeat of Zeus, all of these things led to changes in the society of Celestia. The society of gods that remained unchanged for millennia was now entirely different, but many gods resisted this change.
このままではまたマーキュリーに嫌味を言われそうだ。
Lord Mercury is strict when it comes to work. Lord Mercury decided which angels were suitable for godhead. He didn't agree to the reforms and always found things to report. It's a lot of work, but I still believe that this is the right path for Celestia. I think Lord Mercury will understand eventually. Thanks to the reforms, the lifespans of Cupids had extended exponentially. Oh yeah, I forgot, like, they use up their powers as they use their bows. The use of the golden and leaden arrows were balanced, shifts reduced strain on individual Cupids, and we worked out a retirement plan. Though not a perfect system, it was still an improvement from a system in which the role of Cupid was expendable.
そう思うか。ならば良いのだが。
Jupiter seemed encouraged by my words. He looked at me meaningfully, but...
ジュピター様、どちらにいらっしゃいますか。少々ご確認したいことがあるのですが。
ち
Why did he revert? He's gotta talk to you, man. Upon hearing the voice of Lord Mercury, Jupiter turned into Chi and ran away. Bye. He's like, I don't want to. Chi!
はあ。
He just runs away. This is gonna be so entertaining, this fruit man. After I turned into Chi and fled, I held my head between my hands once I confirmed that I was alone.
またやってしまった。どうしよう。ビビり癖が治るどころかひどくなっていく一方だ。
This is the one problem I had in the previous shirt. I'm like, you are the omnipotent god, and you are so scared of everything. It adds personality and character, but I really hope that he can develop a stronger backbone in this. I would love to see that character development.
以前はここまですぐにこの姿にならなかったのだが。
Okay, then what changed? I was Chi in the human realm. Those days were comforting to me, so maybe that's why I instinctively took this form when startled. Or perhaps Zeus's revival back then had permanently heightened my sense of danger.
いや、おそらくは両方だろうな。
I would never forget the fear I felt when I had detected Zeus's presence for the first time in 2,500 years. The fear was unbearable. Every hair on my body stood on end. That was probably why I felt restless and why I kept turning into Chi so easily.
こんな私でいつか彼女にも愛想をつかされてしまうかもしれない。なんとか ビビりを直さなければ。
Chi?
ち
I heard her call out to me from behind and I nearly turned into Chi again. I felt like crying, but I managed to stay as I was. I could see the concern on her face as she came to check on me.
ち
I peeked into the room and saw Jupiter by himself looking depressed. He seemed dejected, which was unlike his usual persona of the dignified leader of the gods. I wanted to come over and give him a hug. Don't worry. I told Lord Mercury that you're busy right now so that you'll speak to him later.
すまない。つい驚いて、いや、言い訳はできないのだが、すぐに戻ろうとは思っていてだな。
Jupiter stumbled over his words and his tone of voice grew soft. I know, he really stumbled over his words. He leaned into my arms looking seriously depressed.
はあ、すまない。早くこの癖を直したいと思っているのだが。
Really?
当然だろう。こんなことでは仕事にならぬ。
I know you'll never get any work done if you keep running away. But that sensitive parasite side of him seemed to be something he'd had since he was a child. Growing up, he was told to behave or else he would be found by Kronos and swallowed whole. He said it caused him to be more sensitive to danger. But it's a good thing too, right? It must have helped you out sometimes.
それはまあそうではあるが。
When Zeus attacked you, you could sense him and were able to escape. I think it's fine to stay as you are.
そのままで
You know what I just realized? I forgot to go and actually look at the spicy choice. Dang it, I got so wrapped up in the story, I completely forgot. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go back in and relook at that real quick, so I'll be right back. 1 second. I can't even go that far back. Dang it. I gotta restart this over. Hold on. Okay, I finally get back to this. We're going to say you can turn into Chi more. Deep down, I hope he'd transform more often. In fact, I liked him in that form. It would make me sad if I never got to hold Chi again. I shook my head and smiled. I don't mind at all. Your fluffy form is really cute.
もふもふ。だが、私が気にする。
Yes, you're fluffy. I hugged him again, this time protectively. Nestled my face in his chest so I could hear his heartbeat.
本当はもっと力強く素晴らしい主神になりたいのだ。お前を不安にさせないような神に。
Alright, so we've already seen the rest of this, so I'm going to fast forward back to where we were. Okay, back to where we were. What was the last line? Yeah, he's like, stay this way. Yeah, being a sensitive parasite is an asset. Knowing when danger is coming is a crucial skill for the leader of the gods. When problems arise, you'll be able to overcome them.
リネット。
I'm glad I noticed that I didn't read the spicy end, because when I would have gone back to do the endings, I would have never got the sweet end, because I would have made that mistake in the beginning and chose an extra. I would have never gotten to the spicy end because I chose an extra sweet choice, and it wouldn't have given it to me. I would have been like, "What is wrong?" I would have had to do the whole thing over again. Anyway. Oh. Jupiter gently released himself from my embrace and embraced me instead.
ありがとう。リネット。
He hugged me with all of his strength. It was so tight I felt a bit suffocated. It might be easier on my body if he turned into Chi. But his love for me made me happy nonetheless. I reached to pat him on the head, wanting to express that everything would be alright. As we embraced, I heard an exaggerated sigh coming from behind us. Oh.
はあ、ジュノー様、ジュピター様を見つけたらすぐにお連れいただきたかったのですが。
He's like, stop being all lovey. I need to talk to him.
Oh.
You've been caught. Jupiter hastily pulled away and put his mask on. After a pause, he cleared his throat awkwardly.
今、ちょうど彼女からマーキュリーが私を探していると聞いたところだ。
要件はあちらで聞くとしよう。
You weren't about to ask him anything. I think it's funny he has to put on his mask to talk to other gods. I kind of like it though. He only takes off his mask for Lynette.
ええ、よろしくお願いいたします。まず、人間界におけるここ数年の降雨量の変化についてですが。
Jupiter walked with Lord Mercury as they continued to discuss his concerns. He looked so dignified, it matched the image of him that I had when I was still Cupid. It was hard to believe that he was the type to run away when being scolded. He must have been keeping this side of him a secret from everyone. He just called me Lady Juno. Aside from Jupiter, the other gods now call me Lady Juno. It would take a while to get used to my new name. It's been a year though. I've been called Cupid by my fellow gods for so long that it still didn't feel real. Jupiter still called me by my name from the human realm, Lynette. Since my beloved called me by that name, I had a special attachment to it. I used to be Cupid, the god of matchmaking, but I had stepped into the role of Juno, the goddess of marriage. As one of the 12 Olympians, my duty was to oversee all marriages in the human realm. I thought that life would pass by leisurely, but when I became one of the 12 Olympians, my life became hectic. My duties as Juno were more demanding than my duties as Cupid. I may have been the goddess of marriage, but I sought to foster true love rather than focus on marriage rates. In recent years, more couples chose not to marry, but were still deeply in love. The work was rewarding. I supported love between humans every single day. I had been the god of matchmaking my whole life. Now that I was the goddess of marriage, my new goals weren't all that different. I was so passionate about human marriage that I'd forgotten that I also had gotten married. You forgot you got married.
ジュノー、いや、リネット、少し時間をもらっていいか？
Jupiter? What's with the formality? Did something happen?
いや、だな。私たちは夫婦になったと思っているのだが、その認識で合っているか？
That's what I thought we were. Question mark.
そうだよな。うん、合っているようでよかった。
Okay. After that grand ceremony, how could I forget?
だがあれはあくまで神の座につく式だ。結婚式ではない。
I thought they did get married though. Maybe they didn't?
私たちは夫婦になったが、結婚式を挙げていないのだ。それどころか、新婚旅行にも行けていない。
Oh, is he wanting to spend some couple time? He's like, we've been so focused on gods, I haven't got to spend any time with you as a husband. A wedding ceremony and honeymoon. I'd always wanted to partake in such a wonderful human tradition, but it had completely slipped my mind. I was already satisfied with just being his wife.
ちょうどシフト制も落ち着いてきたところだ。手も足りてきている。だから今更かもしれぬが、せめて新婚旅行に行かないか。ロサンヨークへ。
I hope they don't spend the rest of the route in Lost York though, because I really like his Jupiter form and the whole god thing as well. A honeymoon in Lost York? When I said it out loud, the idea of a honeymoon made my heart swell. Even though we'd already been married for a while, we still deserved that trip. So I nodded with a warm smile. It would be our very first vacation as a couple, our honeymoon. Yay! Lost York, with its bustling streets, fashionable crowds, and colorful cars, awaited us. This familiar place felt like our second home. We were happy to return to such an elegant city for our honeymoon. Lost York sure has changed.
ああ、この空気感は久しぶりだな。
Everywhere I looked, there were crowds of people. Wonder where she's going to live. She hasn't lived in her apartment for over a year. With the new system in Celestia, I had seen so many Cupids, so I was used to crowds, but our crowd of humans was different. This is so exciting, right, Peter?
ああ、そうだな、リネット。
Jupiter, now in the form of Peter, smiled gently and put an arm around my shoulder. He descended upon the human realm, so we were currently Peter and Lynette, not Lord Jupiter and Lady Juno. Since it was a human tradition, we'd planned to enjoy our honeymoon in human form. Walking side by side, we blended in the other couples exploring downtown Lost York. I hope they get to see like Ral in this one, because I mean all of them I guess know who they are, but Ral specifically is gonna be like, oh my gosh, the gods have descended. So where do you want to go first?
そうだな。久しぶりにスターバッカスのホワイトモカでも飲みたいものだが。
Speaking of, I'm still drinking my Starbucks white mocha right now. That's funny. I mean, I've had it for like 2 hours, but it's iced, so it's fine if it can't get cold. So let's go.
Ah.
It felt so nice to stroll through Lost York after such a long time. As we enjoyed the sweetness of our white mochas, we searched for new tourist spots to visit in the city. After visiting some of the spots, we decided to visit Cupid, where we both used to work as interns. However, as we approached the building, the weather started to change. It was going to rain. Oh, it's snowing. The sky turned cloudy, a cold and white wind began to blow. Soon enough, it started snowing. Oh. Wow, it's snowing. It was sunny just moments ago. Yeah, Mercury was concerned about the precipitation rates.
ロサンヨークで雪が降るとは珍しいな。
You're right, I think it's the first time I've seen snow in Lost York. I looked up to see even more snow gently falling on our heads. The snow glowed magically as it reflected the light around us.
寒くはないか。
I'm okay for now. But just as I said that, a sharp gust of wind hit me. I quickly wrapped my arms around myself. Never mind, it's suddenly so cold now.
本当だ。いきなり気温が下がったな。
We should have seen it coming. It was snowing after all. I started to get goosebumps. I was shivering so much that Peter held me from behind to block the wind.
大丈夫か。
He looked like he was shivering a bit too.
いや、これは寒い。寒すぎるな。急いで何か上に着る服を買うとしよう。
Yeah, you're right. I dashed into a nearby store, our teeth chattering from the cold. Inside the store, someone had cranked up the heater, thankfully. The warmth enveloped us. It was so cold outside.
焦ったぞ。まさかあれほど急激に寒くなるとはな。この店は男女両方の服を売っているのか。ちょうどよかった。しかし何を買うとしようか。
Right, first we should get coats. Oh, and maybe scarves and hats. More people who had dressed lightly that day rushed into the store in search of something warm.
12月はずっと寒かったけど、今日の昼は暖かかったから油断してたわ。
I listened to their conversations as the other customers started to pick out scarves and hats. Looking around the store, I noticed that the store was stocked with plenty of winter wear. It seemed like the weather in Lost York had gotten progressively colder during the winter season, at least since we last visited. Hey, see that coat? It's so cute.
そこのコートって、犬用のに見えるか？
Why does it look like it's for a dog? I thought it'd be cute if Chi wore it. The dog coat was reindeer themed. It looked like it would fit Chi perfectly. Oh, like those, Christmas sweaters.
確かに似合うかもしれないが、またしても心中扱いか。
Oh, you hit a sensitive nerve. Peter puffed his cheeks and pouted, looking a little offended as I put the dog coat back on the rack. Just teasing, sorry.
冗談には聞こえなかったが。
After choosing our coats, we headed to the register for checkout. That was when a certain poster caught my eye. Oh, is Christmas going to happen during this route? That sounds exciting. Romantic walk through Christmas lights. It showcased a Christmas market event hosted in Lost York with shop stalls and holiday lights. Like Peter, they're having a Christmas market.
クリスマスマーケット。
ああ、ちょうど今晩からですよ、クリスマスマーケット。昨年から始まったイベントなんですけどね。ロサンヨークパークで今日から10日間、クリスマス当日まで開催されるんですよ。いろいろ屋台が出るんで楽しみにしてるんですよね。
10 days. I wonder if their honeymoon's gonna last 10 days now.
屋台それは面白そうだな。
Want to go?
ああ、行くとしよう。せっかくの新婚旅行だからな。
Yay, romantic stroll through Christmas market stalls. He smiled so brightly at the idea. He was right, it was our honeymoon. I was happy he cared so deeply about it. Naturally, I responded with a smile of my own. Soon after we left the store, we arrived at Lost York Park.
はあ、今日からクリスマスマーケットが開催されるんだっけ。今年のクリスマスも一人になりそうだな。
Speaking of pulling on the Gil heartstring, oh my goodness, I just had a conversation like yesterday about this. Poor Gil, he's gonna be single again this year. I'm sorry, Gil. I feel so bad for him. Also, he said they're going to go to the park. So is this from Gil's perspective then? Because this is not the park.
というか、ロサンヨークで雪を見るなんて初めてだよ。ああ、寒いと余計に寂しさがしみる。
I know. Like, the cold is already such a lonely feeling anyway. Like, just being cold in general, just...
やっぱり CC に入会しようかな。結婚の神様、俺のこと見守っててください。
He's gonna make me cry because that's her now. Oh, Annette, watch over me. I'm sorry, Gil. Wow.
Gee.
We wore the big fluffy coats we just bought as we visited Lost York Park. All the decorations that looked like a different world. The big Christmas tree stood tall in the center of the park. Food stalls sold holiday cookies, spiced wine, and schnitzels? Yeasts, maybe. I hope this chapter ends soon because I have to go. There was a stall selling wooden mugs too. Everything about the atmosphere made it feel like a true Christmas market.
やはり人間はすごいな。このようなお祭りを作り上げるとは。あれは一体何なのだ。
The sign reads Labkuin, a spiced cookie.
あの見た目でスパイシーなのか。しかし甘い匂いがするが。
Sniff sniff. The shop next to it has hot chocolate.
おお、あのホットココア、生クリームが山盛りに乗っているぞ。
He's so adorable. He's excited. Our excitement grew as we explored every stall. We'd only left Lost York a few years ago, but everything still felt so fresh and exciting. We wondered what to do next. Oh my goodness, what are we gonna do? We're gonna look at molten cakes, but first we're gonna look at the Matryoshka? I can't. I just can't say that word. I noticed a red shop stall and approached it. Well, you're gonna make me say it. Volk Matryoshka. They were stacking dolls' shapes like various animals that opened to reveal more dolls inside.
人型のものは以前ラウルに見せてもらったことがあったが、動物型のものまであるとは驚きだな。
I didn't hear him say that word at all. Hold on, go back. Say it again.
人型のものは以前ラウルに見せてもらったことがあったが、動物型のものまであるとは驚きだな。
Yeah, I didn't hear that word pronounced at all. Dang it. Me neither. They aren't in our anthology books. It's a rare find.
こっちからもまたジューシーな匂いがしてくるな。うまそうだ。
It's so cute. He's just smelling his way around things. Now I'm getting hungry. Should we grab a bite?
You
know, I'm very highly aware of that word now. Ever since Yukimaru says it, and I was told what it means or what it is, I'm like every time now. Has he always said that? Did he say that in the last one? Like, I don't know. Anyway, I think we're good. So we're gonna go up and actually read the other ending this time before I forget. Alright, look at molten lava cakes. A sweet scent led my eyes to another stall. Wow, so this round cake is called a molten lava cake. It smells like melted chocolate. Oh, chocolate. It says here they use the world's best cocoa.
おお、これは美味しそうだな。かつてカカオは神への捧げ物になっていた時代もあったからな。持って帰ったら喜ばれそうだ。
Uh-oh. They're gonna take chocolate home. Imagine giving it out in Celestia. Does she know that she gets drunk on chocolate? I think it's only in 2 roots.
まあ、食べたら全員酔っ払って大変な騒ぎになりそうではあるが。
At least he knows then. Maybe she does too. Dang it. I wanted to see that again.
こっちからもまたジューシーな匂いがしてくるな。うまそうだ。
Should we grab a bite?
You
went around the various stalls and bought a bunch of different foods to try. Dang it, buy some chocolate. Wow, look at that. I think I play a lot of food. The sausage. I think he's got a sausage. We set the food we bought on the park table and dug in. Peter couldn't stop smiling at the feast.
うまいぞ。
He has the best food eating sounds. This drink is good too. It's making me feel all warm inside.
これは絶品だ。これは何という食べ物なのだ。
I had to put my hand in my mouth so I can stop making noises. I'm like laughing so hard I'm crying. It's irritating my eyes. That one is, it looks like it's called, oh my goodness, I can't think. It's called bratwurst.
なるほど。うまいぞ。リネットも食べてみてくれ。
Can I have a bite?
おう。
What are you so awkward for now? We wanted to sample everything, so we shared all of our purchases. That was delicious.
だろう？すごく美味しい。あ、こちらも美味しそうだぞ。
That's umu for everything. Like, I've never noticed he said that before. Maybe he didn't, but still, like I said, I'm highly aware of that word now. Peter seemed to enjoy the potato pancake called the oh my goodness, why are there so many stupid words? Parto le puffer quite a bit. Okay. He stuffed his face in a manner that I never imagined him doing as the dignified leader of Celestia. It was clear from his smile that he was able to relax here in the human realm with me. He was making the same face he made back then as Peter, the intern. Peter was so different from Jupiter. I surmised that in Celestia, he was under more stress, which was why he was usually so tense. After all, he's the leader of the gods. As the leader of the Dai Constantins, he had a role to fulfill. He didn't want to let the other gods down, and he felt the need to surpass his elder brother. He had been carrying that burden all along. That was why I was glad that we could relax while we were in the human realm. Besides, we were on our honeymoon.
このキンダープンシュという飲み物も美味しいな。
See, I can pronounce Kinder Punch. Punched, I guess. This cream puff, too. We drank and feasted as the snow continued to fall around us. Despite the cold, we warmed ourselves up with the new coats and some hot drinks. In the end, our first Christmas market had turned out to be a wonderful experience. All the food, and Peter talking with his mouth full. After indulging to our heart's content, our bellies felt full. Should we head to the hotel? Oh.
もうこんな時間か。そうだな。名残惜しいが行くとしようか。
I guess that answers where they're going to be staying. I checked the time and our hotel's location for the night. We booked a regular room at a hotel on 2nd Avenue. It was peak holiday season, so most places were already booked up. I'd like to try out a honeymoon suite someday. I didn't want to leave either, but we started to head towards the exit, but Peter paused suddenly.
待ってくれ。私もグリューワインというものを飲んでみたいのだが、良いか。
You haven't yet? Sure, let's get some. I could go for another round. We went to look for the same stall we found earlier that was selling the spiced wine, but we couldn't find it anywhere. Had they closed already? So we bought it from a different stall. It seemed like it would be just as good.
はい、お待ち。
Thank you.
おお、これがグリューワインか。変わった匂いがするな。
Yeah, but guys would get drunk on wine, right? I took a sip of the wine and tasted the spice. Wow, this stall really went extra on the spices.
うまそうだ。ではいただきます。
Are you okay? Peter took one sip, and after a moment he froze and jumped suddenly. What's wrong with you? Oh my goodness. Whoa. I thought I heard an explosion, and all the lights of the park suddenly went out. Amidst the sudden blackout, all of the Austric Park was buzzing with confusion.
いや、酸っぱしびれ。なんだこの味は。
It startled him so much that he struck lightning, and now the whole park is out. Wait, hold on. Didn't the lights just go out? Despite Peter's panicked reaction to the spiced wine, I was more startled by the blackout. The lights came back on quickly. Thank goodness, but the tree's up in smoke. You broke it. It's all your fault. Hey. I followed the eyes of the crowd and looked up to see smoke coming from the top of the tree. The tree looked a bit charred, and the star that once adorned it had vanished. Could it be that Peter's reaction caused a lightning strike?
ねえ、さっきの雷だったよね。
怖ー。まだ12月入ったばっかりなのに雪も降るし、今年異常気象すぎない？きつ。
I know, it's all your fault. Peter looked shocked and then very depressed.
やってしまった。
I really need to go. Wait, that lightning was you, Peter?
飲んだらピリッとして、そのせいでびっくりしてしまって。
Does he mean the spice in the wine? I also agreed that he'd used too many spices in the wine, but I didn't know that a god could unleash a lightning strike just from a spicy surprise.
そんな、せっかくのクリスマスマーケットだというのに。
Aww.
星を壊してしまった。
He feels so devastated and responsible.
ちいちゃんになるならともかく雷を落とすなどあってはならぬ。だがどうすればよいのか。
Peter seemed to be genuinely bothered by this, so I considered our options. I recalled speaking to a colleague of mine, a college friend of mine, who started to enjoy spicy food after repeated exposure. It was shocking at first, but maybe he can develop a tolerance. People also claimed that watching lots of horror movies made them less frightening over time. When I mentioned this to Peter, his eyes lit up.
耐性？そうか。度胸をつけるための特訓をすればよいのだな。そうだ。特訓だ。このように驚かぬ。
強靭な心を私は作ればいいのだ。
Yes, character development. Peter seemed inspired. He clenched his fist and raised it determinedly.
では特訓をする。
Yes.
私は私の誇れる自分になる。そのために人間界で度胸試しに挑戦するとここに誓うぞ。
I'm so excited about this.
脱過敏パラサイトだ。
He's very passionate. Yay. Good, because I have to go. Start of training. It's not cheese, the start of training. And so is how it begins. I'm so looking forward to this route. I'm so excited. You have no idea. I mean, you probably do have an idea because I haven't stopped talking about it since the beginning of this game. Anyway, I'm on a time limit, so I really have to go, but I really enjoyed how this route started, and I have high hopes for it. I hope it doesn't disappoint me. It looks like the sensitive content is only in the spicy ending, so I mean, you can probably, if you don't want to read the spicy ending, that's going to be last anyway, I think, is what I usually do for spicy endings. So anyways, it's probably like 6 episodes away anyway, but I'm going to go ahead and stop here. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like down below and or subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.